EGM Network.
Welcome to Classic Car Radio. I'm Keith McDonald here with Mike Carano.
Hey.
And Steve and Todd are very busy tonight, so they won't be here.
Yeah, they're painting cars.
They're painting cars.
Steve's got to get those cars out of there.
They can paint each other. Todd, spray me.
Yeah, right. Like spray tan.
Yep.
Put some spray tan on.
Right, yeah. So I guess on the 24th, or 2 weeks from Saturday, is the loop. No, the 24th.
Yeah.
The 24th is from Thursday.
Thursday, 2 weeks.
2 weeks from tomorrow, which we record this on Wednesday.
Right.
But on the 24th, you'll see the AACA guys there. They change out the cars every month, I guess. And so it's a lot of fun. You can see some classic cars while you go to the jazz concert at the Riverside Theater, live in the loop outdoors. It's a free thing. It starts at 5:30. You just walk right in, sit wherever you want. Bring your own chairs, too.
Bring your own chairs, yeah.
If you want. And that's a lot of fun. And AACA guys are great. So if you have any questions about their cars, you can check that out and talk to them, and they'll tell you all about their cars with lots of pleasure. They're sure they want to talk about their
anybody, car. Those guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that'll be fun at the Loop, Riverside Theater, over the bridge, onto the island, and you know where it is, and plenty of parking, admissions free, like I said.
Yeah,
so.
I think I'm going to go up there.
Are you really?
I'm going to take a ride up there.
Yeah, that might be fun on that day. Let me know if you go. I might hook up with you and we'll shoot up. You go with the wife, of course, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
All right. And also coming in just a few weeks, 2 weeks actually, also on April 24th is the Barrett Jackson Palm Beach thing. What do they get? About 850 cars, I heard.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Always fun at the South Florida Fairgrounds down in West Palm Beach, Florida, on Southern Boulevard. And I think I've been to that like 8 times.
Have you?
And I don't know if I'm going this year. It's a long drive and not that many cars compared to Mecum.
Oh, nothing compares to Mecum.
You know, so
and then Mecum's going to be back in July.
And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about their media, but they do better than Mecum. I have to admit, they have a media room. You go in there and they serve food and stuff. Right. And each year it got a little less.
Yeah, because I think the first year I went, there was pretty much no media room.
Really?
Yeah, I think they just gave us like water or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's really, the last time. Yeah. But when I first went, they had salads and all kinds of sandwiches and even soup, all kinds of great food, desserts laid out and everything. And then I don't know why they make millions of dollars at that show. You'd think they could treat the media good. We're in there promoting their show for them. You know what I mean?
That is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, they give us free passes and all that and stuff. Great access. We get if you want to go into the staging areas and stuff, no problem. I mean, anyone can go in the staging area, but you can't go onto the staging tent. But if you have that media pass, you can't, or a bid pass, you can. So
and I think the last time I went, they didn't even have seats. You had to stand during the auction.
Yeah.
Which kind of,
you can go way up in the back, but more and more bidders down there.
It's a little bit chaotic. Where Mecum, I noticed, runs it very good. Everything they're so used to being there.
Right, yeah.
They know everything what they have to do, and they do a great job. So what's
I'm going to apply for media passes anyway, and if we get them, then if I have that option to go.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, yeah.
And you said Christian FM, we had Julie in last week.
Yeah,
how did her
Christian
car show
FM,
go?
I talked to Julie today, and she said that they had a little bit less. They had 800 cars this year. Last year they had 800.
800 cars.
I'm sorry, 80 cars. What am I thinking?
I was like, wait,
no, it's 1,000.
Time out, 800 cars. That's a great
attendees.
show.
Yeah. They had 1,000 attendees and 80 cars showed up. Last year was 110?
Yeah.
So it was 30 less.
But the problem was you had 4 car shows.
Yeah, there's a bunch of car shows that day. Yeah. You know, it's getting ridiculous. Everyone knows you can raise a bunch of money. And all the car guys are paying the price. You know, they're paying $20-25 to show their cars.
Right.
And it's going to blow out sooner or later. There's too many car shows going on.
What it is, at least the car guys know that it's going to a good cause, so they don't mind.
Right.
But when it gets to be 25, 30. Wheels and Keels, I think, was 70 or 50 this year. I forget what it was. Because Wheels and Keels was also on Saturday, and they had some beautiful cars at Wheels and Keels.
Wow. They didn't even try to contact us this time.
No, well, I saw, I mean, it's.
You see Gavin?
I don't know.
Did you go there?
I didn't go.
Oh,
I saw pictures and videos that they had sent me. So, I mean, it looked like they had a great turnout. I didn't see anything from the Christian FM show. I know the community car show, the Purple Heart Cane Project, had one up in Port St. Lucie. And then the Christian Church of Vero Beach, I think that's Billy DeArden's place.
Oh, they had one too.
They had a car show on Oslo Road. So there was so much going on.
Yeah.
And with Oslo Road being so close to State Road 60 up there by the mall, that's where the other show was. So, it was tough. Yeah,
see, they're spread out too thin.
Yeah. And then this weekend again, it's going to be the same thing. You got Steve from Cool Cars.
Right.
He's having his show on Saturday.
Is that Melbourne, though?
That's in Grant. That's at the Grant Barbecue.
Grant Barbecue Fest.
Yeah, the show begins at 9. Awards are at 12:30. Pre-registration, it's $20. Includes a T-shirt. Dave's show is $20. And then you got, also on April 12th, Cars and Coffee at Advanced Auto Supply, which is right over here, 1266 US 1 in Vero. And that's from 8 to 11. And then also on the 12th, there's the Summer Crush Wineries having an all-Ford show.
Right, yes, yeah.
So there's just, and it's hard to...
Well, they're good shows because all the Fords will be down in Fort Pierce, so we can go to some nice shows up here.
Right, there won't be any Fords at these shows.
There won't be any Mustang. I'm sorry, Ford people, I'm sorry.
If we can get rid of the Pontiacs, I think we'll be good.
Here we go. You're building one right now, so... I don't have any Pontiac news this week for you.
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, the 5 extinct car manufacturers that should make a comeback.
Yeah, it gets mentioned, yeah. Yeah.
Listen, you always slide some kind of Pontiac thing.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it came out when I looked it up on Hemmings.
Yeah.
5 extinct car manufacturers that should make a comeback, and they're doing that because of the dire wolf. Right. They're saying the dire wolf has been revived after 13,000 years. Right. The dire wolf, they used the DNA, and they made these wolves, these cute little white wolves, 2 males and a female. And so they're thinking, well, if they can do the dire wolves, why can't we have these car divisions come back? So here's the ones, of course, everyone's going to already know what I'm going to say. The number one they had at the top was Pontiac. Pontiac got screwed, and I'll say it that way, by Barack Obama. But we can say that on Patriot Radio. Yeah. So the Pontiac GTO, Pontiac got murdered by the White House in 2008. Pretty much. They shut it down.
They shut them down.
And they shut down Plymouth, too, so they're on the list. So the next one is Studebaker. I don't care if they made Studebaker again, to tell you the truth. I mean, really?
You have to be a big fan of Studebaker.
Right,
to like
exactly.
Those cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I see what they did. Jesse's got a picture up. I mean, it almost looks like a Tucker in the front.
No kidding.
It doesn't have, I don't think that's a center headlight on there. I don't know if it is or not, but I don't think it is.
No, it's just a stupid big mouth thing they put on the front of those things. I mean, there are people in Vero with Studebaker, so I really don't want to put them down. I mean, they were great in their time.
The guy by me's got a Honda Element, and he put a Studebaker nose on it.
Did he really?
Yeah, it looks pretty wild.
That must be wild, yeah. So the third one is Mercury. That makes sense. Ford could bring back Mercury.
Lincoln Mercury, yeah.
They've got Lincoln still, but Mercury was another one that got canned by the Obama administration.
Yeah, Mercury to me is almost like Buick. It was the old man's car.
Right, exactly.
The Mercury Monarch, the Montego,
Oh, yeah. But there was some great Mercuries in history, especially those early 50s, late 40s.
Wasn't the Cordoba with the Corinthian leather? Wasn't that a Mercury?
No, it's a Plymouth.
Plymouth Cordoba. All right, so Plymouth.
So the next one is AMC.
AMC.
AMC, Mike, that's one that I miss.
That's a beautiful car right
AMC's always had interesting cars. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They were a little ugly in the 60s, but as the 60s progressed.
Right. When they came out, the AMX and the Javelin, they really came out.
Now, the Javelins are all beautiful, I thought.
And the Eagle now is I saw AMC Eagle or a Spirit in a commercial, which was pretty wild. You don't very rarely see them, but it's either an Eagle or an AMC Spirit during a commercial. Then it takes the whole commercial up.
Yeah, and the last one, of course, is Plymouth. And Plymouth got canned basically because the Dodges looked almost identical. Changed the rear taillights, changed the front
Right.
grill. Basically, you had a Cuda or you had a Challenger. And you do it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Plymouth, they had a great legacy. The Superbird and Roadrunner, of course. So I wouldn't mind seeing Plymouth come back. All of these I wouldn't mind seeing coming back, but they're not going to do it.
No.
They're going to. But I'll tell you what, Ford brought back the Maverick nameplate, but that is now a little
pickup truck. Yeah.
It's like I guess it's to battle with a Colorado or something.
The what's that? What'd you just have?
They got the Ranger still.
They have the Mustang E,
right,
which is electric station wagon.
That's a Mach E. Right?
Mach E, right?
It's like it's a crossover,
a little SUV type thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And what else we got going there?
Well, here's one that you don't have on yours. I just picked this up before I came in. In Kentucky, these Kentucky folks buried a minivan. They buried a 2000 Nissan Quest, and they bought a backhoe from Temu.
Okay.
Okay. It was
backhoe from Temu. Well, they got to live it. Temu.
So they got a 13.5 horsepower backhoe, and they dug a big hole.
Right.
And they buried this. They buried this minivan in there, this Nissan Quest, and they put it up on YouTube. And they got almost 2 million views almost immediately.
Right.
So then they went and then they did an interior and then a view, and I guess they're raking in some money. You know what I mean? So they're raking money off that.
Raking money in from the people viewing it.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. YouTube pays a little bit of money. You got 1.9 million views. You make a few bucks from YouTube.
Yeah. And did they do this? When did they do this?
Excuse me.
They buried it recently?
Yeah, just recently. Yeah. Yeah.
And just to bury it?
Yeah. No. It's for tornadoes.
Oh, for tornadoes.
They're in Tennessee and they're in tornado country.
Okay.
So they buried this thing and they have an access to it, the sliding door on the side.
Right.
You go in and it's all fixed up inside.
Right.
So that they can sleep there. They got food and I don't know what else they have. I didn't look at the interior.
It's a little hurricane shelter.
It's a little hurricane
tornado
shelter.
Whatever
it's probably fit 4, maybe 5 people tops.
Right. And
or maybe a small family, 3 kids and 2 a husband and wife.
Right.
And
how do you get air in?
I do not know. It's not completely buried. I think you can get. Somehow they get air, of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't last an hour with a bunch of people in there.
I've seen people bury the big, the
trailers or something. Yeah, containers. Yeah.
And they put a cap.
Yeah.
So they could get air in it. So I just was wondering.
I think that they buried it up to a certain point in the windows.
Gotcha.
But it's got enough weight on the front and the roof and everything.
So it doesn't blow up.
So it won't. The tornado can't lift it out of there.
Okay.
And plus, it's low in the ground. Yeah. But I know that I saw one picture of the. There's the dashboard. The dashboard. I mean, the dashboard, and you see the front windshield is completely covered in dirt. So I mean, most of the car is covered, maybe 3/4, and then one side they probably have windows and stuff to get air in there and all that.
Gotcha.
So. And then they could roll up that window when the hurricane rolls through, and then they can roll it back down and get some fresh air and get rid of the BO in there. So, right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
they did it. Other people have done it.
It's a cheap hurricane shelter.
It came from a junkyard.
Right. Yeah.
The 2000 Nissan Quest. I guess one of the guys, his uncle or father, he owned a junkyard, so they just ripped that thing out of there for nothing and buried it. So now they got a storm shelter. And the Nissan Quest interior is probably spacious enough to accommodate them. So
gotta hope
all the more power to them.
Hope the sliding glass door works.
Right, exactly.
The sliding door. Isn't that a problem with those cars? The door?
I don't know. They have the radio works. The battery. They got the battery all hooked up so they can hear the hurricane reports.
Right.
Well, I should say tornado. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Florida.
Tornadoes. Yeah.
Yeah, tornado reports. And when the tornado's gone, they can come back out. So they're not in there that long, probably, waiting for the tornado to run through.
Right.
So we got to go on a quick break. We'll be right back with Classic Car Radio. Don't go away.
What's on your list? Ice cream? Laughing so hard it hurts? The way the sun feels on your face? For one child, a simple list of brilliant things becomes a lifeline, a way to bring hope to his mother, and maybe to himself. Every brilliant thing is a funny, heartfelt journey through life's ups and downs. where you help tell the story. Now playing on the Waxlack stage at the beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, and all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're also the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Polywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of brand name closeouts and sale items. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. Hey, Mike, before we jump back into the show here, we were sharing a video around last week, and it was about a local mechanic who had an altercation with a disgruntled customer.
Yeah.
And it made its way around a lot. I mean, I shared it with a lot of people, and it was really, really pretty disgusting. But the guy in the video had a truck that he was unhappy with the work. I don't know what the work was.
It was an engine
work?
Engine rebuild.
Okay. And so he put a big sign in the back of the truck, and what was he parading up and down?
Parading up and down the street with flags and
stuff.
Don't come here and
right,
stuff
yeah.
yeah.
So he made the mistake of turning down the road next to the shop.
Right.
And there was an altercation, and but not an actual physical. They got in each other's faces, but no one touched each other.
Right.
They knew better, but it was pretty wild. It was very, very, very wild. And I just we decided not to show it.
Show the video
this week. We're not going to show that video, I think that the word's not going to get out on its own.
Right.
And the government, the local U.S. government is what you said. There, U.S. government's even looking into it.
Right.
Not just the Florida AG, Florida Attorney General,
right.
Or anything like that, or law enforcement or anything.
And we tell people all the time, if you're going to go to any kind of shop, make sure you get references. Go through the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
See if there's any complaints about them.
Right.
I mean, if you see what happened at this shop, it's really disgusting what happened.
Yeah.
It's horrible. If you want to see the video, send me a message through the Classic Car Radio Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you if you want.
Yeah.
But it's really disgusting. And it shouldn't happen.
Right.
And nobody should be treated the way this elderly man was treated.
Right. Exactly. So, but we're not going to name names. Nope. We're not going to do any of that. We're not going to show the video. So, yeah. And so I mean, I checked you out on Google before I had you as my co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Despite everything, I just said, I'll take a chance with him.
Yeah, you think?
You didn't check me out. So.
Hey, you gave me a free T-shirt. I was good.
There you go.
Listen, car guys will do anything for a free T-shirt.
That's right.
Give them a free T-shirt, they're happy. Talk about free T-shirts. We're going to get one at Saturday at the Cool Cars.
Right. Yeah, Cool Cars. I wonder if I could get one. I don't have a car to bring. Anyway, let's go jump to the next story. Now, I don't know if anybody watched this. I watched one episode of Shifting Gears with Tim Allen.
I watched them all.
Tim Allen. Did you really?
Yeah.
Are they good?
It's a great show.
The first time I watched it was too much canned laughter, and
it's no longer like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And they also brought in the lady that played Dahmer on Dahmer and Greg. You know, I'm really showing my age here.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget her name. But
I know who you mean.
They brought her in. She's very funny. The guy from Sean William Scott, what was he in? He was in a couple of movies.
Funny guy.
Funny guy,
Yeah.
very funny guy.
Yeah, he was in the American Pie movies.
But
and
right,
stuff.
that's it, American Pie, yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, that was a good move bringing him as one of the shop guys. And then Daryl Mitchell is another guy.
yeah,
Stitch Mitchell.
Yeah.
And Gabriel is Sean William Scott.
Right.
Anyway, so the critics gave it mixed reviews. I gave it a bad review because I watched that first episode and it had so much canned laughter, and some of the stuff they were saying was not funny.
Wasn't funny. It's gotten it's gotten better.
That's good.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty funny show. If you like cars, they always bring it in. Whenever they show his shop, it's always different cars in there.
Right, yeah.
Jay Leno was on. Jay Leno had a car in there. They had it's a pretty good. It's almost like watching Home Improvement.
Right.
Now it's cars. Now it's
Tim Allen. A lot of those cars are his from his own collection, I heard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he writes, "It's all my classic cars," Allen told the interviewer for Nerdtropolis when the first season was announced. Some of the old home improvement stuff is in there in the background if anybody notices, he added. So, okay, that's something to look for. I watched Home Improvement all the time. I enjoyed that show.
And I think he was on another show, Last Man Standing.
Right. That was very, very conservative.
His wife from Last Man Standing did a guest appearance on the show.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, it's a pretty good. And
obviously
Kat
people
Dennings,
that liked working with him.
Kat Dennings plays his daughter. She's pretty funny.
Yeah, she is. Yep.
But it's a pretty good show. I like it.
Yeah, so I guess maybe I should check it out again. When's that on? Tuesday nights? Do you know?
Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't remember. No, it's not. It's definitely not Wednesday. It might be.
I thought I had announced it was Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But my mind is gone. I'm an older guy.
I got pills for that.
Anyway. Speaking of Jay Leno heads to a California Capitol to advocate for Leno's Law. And what's happening out there is Senate Bill number 712, known as Leno's Law, would exempt collector cars whose model is 35 years or older from California's new smog check law. According to this law, any vehicle that is insured as a collector car that was made in 1975 or earlier was already exempt. But some of these post-1976 vehicles required to meet the requirements of ownership. So if you had, like a 87 442 or a
Grand National.
A Grand National for that matter, yeah. So you had to get it smog tested, and a lot of times those cars are tough to pass the smog test, So
and it boggles the car down, and all that smog stuff. It just ruins everything.
So California State Senator Shannon Grove, Republican Bakersfield, is the sponsor of the new legislation with Jay Leno. Her website says that these classic cars are infrequently driven, carefully maintained, and make up only a fraction of the cars on the road, and are typically owned by their historical significance and collector value. So she's up there.
She's advocating
passing
for
the bill.
Yeah,
for Jay Leno.
There's no reason for,
which is really smart and good.
Like she said, you're not driving these cars every day.
Right.
They only take him out on the weekends, especially Jay Leno. He's got so many cars.
And they're well maintained.
Right. And this is what happens. You just leave us alone.
Yeah.
We just want to drive our cars. Leave us alone.
No kidding.
And I got a neighbor on the corner. I start my car. She complains every day.
Oh, really?
As soon as you start the car, there's no smoke.
Oh, gee whiz.
It's just same grouchy neighbor that nobody likes.
Sucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. The people
Gladys Kravitz.
Right. The people across the street got married and they were having a wedding. She called the police.
Oh, for God's sake.
So.
All right, we're going to go on another break. We'll be back after some extended messages, but don't go away. We are Classic Car Radio.
Tech talk and
history and stuff like that.
We're going to try to answer questions for a change.
Yeah, we're going to do that.